Hi guys, welcome to Linux R YouTube channel. My name is Ram Mishra and I'm your online instructor. So what's in this video? In this video we will talk about how to set up multi-factor authentication for SSH on Linux. But before start the lab session, we need to understand few points, which is what is MFA and its use cases. So normally you only need to enter a password or use SSH keys whenever you want to log in into your Linux server via remotely. MFA, or sometime it is also known as two-factor authentication, requires you to enter two pieces of information in order to log in. So you will also need to enter a time-based one-time password to log into your SSH server. The one-time password is computed using the TOTP algorithm, which is an IETF standard. These days, many websites and services like Facebook, Google, Twitter, etc. offer two-factor authentication for user to ensure or secure their account, and it's a good idea to also enable MFA on your SSH server. So in this demo, we will understand how to set up password authentication with multi-factor authentication. Let's start the lab session and enable multi-factor authentication for SSH. Here you can see currently I have one Linux VM on my VMware virtualization platform, and currently I am logged in as a root user. So let me show you the OS release version first of all. Get etc Red Hat release. You can see this is 9.3 and currently this scenario is maintained by root user account. So before start two-factor authentication, make sure you have set SL Linux in permissive mode. Otherwise, you have to face n number of challenges related to SC Linux security contacts. So for make it simplicity, currently I am changing my SC Linux informing mode to permissive. So how? I'll go with get enforce. First of all, verify what is the current mode is there. Current by default Red Hat comes with enforcing mode. Now let it be changed. Set enforce 0. You can see I set permissive. Even you want to make it permanently, just go sysconfig slx file and change it enforcing to permissive. Change the line number 12. I'll modify this entry from here, paste it and save it. That's it. So now you can see I have successfully changed SLX mode enforcing to permissive temporary as well as permanently both. Now let's do the first step, which is make two user, one for MFA authentication, second for normal password based authentication. So let me create a user account like Jack and one more which is Bob. Let me set the password to these two accounts. I'll make it simple password. This is for Jack and this is for Bob. Done. Now if I go ID Jack and Bob, you can see I have successfully created simple to regular user, right? My intention is that I want to configure Jack user with multi-factor authentication and Bob user as a normal password based authentication for SSH session. So let's do another step, which is install and configure Google Authenticator. By default, Google Authenticator package is not a part of standard Red Hat repository. Google Authenticator is the part of EPEL repository, and you should install EPEL report to install these packages. So let's install EPEL repository first of all. I'll go to my notepad. I'll pick up here the entire command and I simply paste. That's it. So now you can see EPEL repository is successfully available for us. So if I go DNF clean all, and if I go DNF repo list all, you can notice, yep, EPEL repository is successfully available and enabled, right? So I will share the link of this repository at the end of my video description. Now I need to install two packages. First package is Google Authenticator for multi-factor authentication. Second is QR code. This is used to generate QR code on the command line. So again, let it be go and copy the command. I'll go again and press enter. Let it be go DNF. Let it be go DNF install Google Authenticator and QR code. So this time these packages are available in EPEL repository, fetching from there and then install it on my local machine. So just wait for a couple of minutes, let it be complete first. Yeah, started. So Google Authenticator and the main code is started with their dependencies. Perfect, done. Now package installation part done successfully. We have to move next step, which is configure Google Authenticator for Jack user only. So currently, if I'm trying to take a remote session of both user, you will notice password based authentication is applied, and which is the default behavior for SSH. Let it be check it. So if I go SSH Jack, what is the IP address of this machine? Let me check. IP address show. The IP address is 116.128. Okay. At the rate 192.168.116.128. See, it is asking the password. I'll supply the password. I'm login. And similarly, if I go with Bob, password, perfect. I'm login. Yeah, that was the default behavior. So now both are using password-based authentication. Let's configure Google Authenticator for Jack user only. So let me switch to the Jack user account by using su command. Su-jack. Now I switch to the Jack user account. You can notice I'm in the home Jack. At the command prompt, we need to type the command Google Authenticator. This command is basically used to create a new secret key in your home directory. When I press enter, it is saying that do you want authentication token to be time based? So if you say yes and press enter, then you will see a QR code that you can use or you can scan using TOTP app on your phone. Google Authenticator is the most well-known TOTP mobile app. You can install it via Google Play or Apple Play Store on your mobile phone. Make sure you have pre-installed Google Authenticator from Google Play or Apple Play Store before run this command. In my phone, I have already installed, so I'm going to press enter and it will show me the QR code. Press enter. Here you can see the QR code. Now we need to scan the QR code with Google Authenticator or free OTP on your mobile phone. So we need to change the enlarge the terminal window to scan full QR code, right? So let me set it first of all. Okay, hopefully if I go no, let me more. Yeah, that is okay. So I'm opening my mobile phone and I'll go with Google Authenticator. Let me scan the code. Yeah, it is there, and I got the code number. So let it be set again. Okay, just wait a minute. Let it be set for you. Sorry. Yeah, that is okay. I hope so. Yeah, it is good. Okay, so now it is asking enter the code from here. So let me apply the code 184564 from my mobile phone. Perfect. Now you can see this QR code represents the secret key which is only known by your SSH server and your TOTP mobile app. Once the QR code is scanned, you can see a 6-digit OTP one-time password on your phone. By default, it will change every 30 seconds. So whatever the code you have on your phone, just apply here, just like I applied, right? Now in the window, you can see some secret keys, some verification code, emergency, scratch code are here. So it is recommended that you have to save this information to a safe place for later use. Now you enter to press yes to answer all of the questions like do you want to update your .google authenticator file or it is asking might be disable multiple use of the same authentication token or increase the time window or enable rate limiting to protect against brute force login attempt. So just say simply yes. I said yes. Then man in the middle tag say yes. Then it says Let it be go with the code, say yes, and read limiting. I said yes. Now we have successfully installed Authenticator for Jack user. So you can see if I go ls-a, the file is available, which is Google Authenticator. Clear? Let me exit from here. So we have successfully installed Google Authenticator for Jack user. Now move to the next step, which is configure SSH services to use Google Authenticator. You will also need to configure one more file, which is etc ssh sssd underscore config file. But before doing anything with the file, it is always best practice to take the backup of the original one. So for backup point of view, I'll copy this file from here and paste it in the temp location. Now I'll start and modify the entry. I'll open the file, I'll go to the bottom, and here in the new line, I just add two entry. Let me go and copy from my notepad, then I'll explain here. This one. The first entry is the match user and second entry is challenge response authentication. So match user is a part of conditional block that apply configuration directive only to specify user. In my case, I want to set MFA only for Jack, not for all. That's the reason I use match user Jack. Second is challenge response authentication is a directive in SSD configuration file that control whether challenge response authentication is allowed for SSH connection or not. So I said true because we need it because I want to authenticate with TOTP pattern, right? I'll save and quit and I'll go systemctl reload sssd.service file. Perfect. Now one more file. We need to add one more file which is PAM file, pluggable authentication mode. So you need to again open etc pam.d, a new file sssd. Yeah, this file. But do not forget to take the backup first of all. So I'll save it again in the temp file and now I'll try to open this file. So here I need to add one line entry only. Let it be copy from my notepad again and I'll paste it in the new line, line number 2, this one. I mentioned two-factor authentication via Google Authenticator. So basically this is a rule that enabling Google Authenticator for two-factor authentication, right? So basically what it does, when added to the PAM configuration file, this line ensure that user must enter valid TOTP code in additional to their user password. The code are generated based on the secret key the user set up and synchronized to the current time. And very important option is null OK. The null OK settings enable users that have not configured two-factor authentication yet to still log in using only username and password. So this is a good idea to use this setting when you configure two-factor authentication for the first time. After you configure two-factor authentication for all of the user, you can remove this null OK setting to make two-factor authentication mandatory for everyone, right? Now I'll save and quit. Time to check whether two-factor authentication worked or not. So my SS server is configured now with two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication. Let's time to check it. I'll go back again on my terminal. I'll clean out the screen. Go with Bob. First of all, let me check with the Bob. I'll supply the simple password. So you can see I'm simply login with the password just like earlier I log in, right? Reason is that because I didn't configure Bob user to use two-factor multi-factor authentication. Let's go with the Jack this time and see what happens. So if I press enter Jack, see it is asking the verification code. So let me open my Google Authenticator one more time from my mobile phone. I pass the code 362191 and it is asking the password. Let me go to the password and now finally I'm logged in. So you can see I log in with first of all verification code, then I supply the password and I got the home directory which is /home/Jack and I'm Jack. So this is how we can successfully learn how to set up multi-factor authentication for SSH in Red Hat Linux using Google Authenticator. That's all about this demo. Hopefully you enjoyed and learned new things. Soon I will come up with another new interesting topic. Till that, keep practicing. If you feel something I have missed or you wanted to know more something else, please reach out to me through my social media link which is mentioned in the description. If you like this video, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon button for the latest update. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and goodbye.